Hello all, my name is Annie Hammock. I'm coming to you from Columbia, Missouri, where I work for the University of Missouri as a professor of professional practice in the journalism program. I've been here in the land of the tiger for about a year now. Go Tigers. And came from Ball State, where I taught for 3 years. And I came to Ball State from CNN, where I worked about 26 years. I was mostly in television, writing and producing. Moved over to CNN.com on an assignment in 2006. Got to spend a lot of time working with iReport, their user-generated content site, which was pretty new when I started, and there were lots of worries about the use of UGC, and was it a bad thing? Could it be potentially a crisis of misinformation? And it turned out not to be true with careful vetting. And I was happy to take part in that vetting and to write stories based on UGC, produce some UGC galleries, etc. My favorite memory of that time was when my goal was to put UGC from CNN onto air at Headline News. And an anchor looked at me one day and said, quote, "That stuff needs to stay on the internet where it belongs." And that was a real good indication to me that there was going to be some difficulty moving the web and television closer together. I sort of made that my mission for a couple of years. And then I got the bug to teach and went back to grad school. Was 15 classes in when the job at Ball State beckoned. So I moved up to Muncie and started teaching. Went back, started my graduate program again. Got a little further into it, and then this really cool job at Mizzou opened up. It puts me back in a newsroom. I work for the NBC affiliate KOMU as their interactive director, which is mostly, overseeing and teaching the students how to write specifically for the web, how to write social posts, how to be effective in their social posting, basics of how to tweet properly, and working on the design of the site, etc. I'm not a designer. I just know what I think looks good. I know some of the basics of design, and I get very talented artists to help me with that. So you might wonder if I'm a 30-year journalist, why I'm in a master's program trying to finish up. And the truth is, when I'm in class and when I'm studying journalism, I'm a better journalist and I'm better capable of teaching my students to think in ways that I haven't thought of myself. When you're in a professional newsroom and you're working on deadline, it can be really hard to take a step back and think about journalism as a concept, as an industry. And being in an academic program sort of brings that all home. And I wish more journalists in the field had an opportunity to take advantage of higher education. I think it would improve the industry as a whole, and I'm glad that there are some who do. I'm hoping, well, I'm sure that by the end of my master's program, I will be exponentially better than I am today, just because every class seems to really make a difference. On a personal note, I'm very fortunate to be married to the world's best copy editor. He can spot a closed parentheses that's not supposed to be there, or one that's not there, or, here's should be a semicolon instead of a colon, and things that I have a hard time with. And I recently read an article that said it's almost impossible to catch your own typos. So I do lean heavily on him when assignments are due. I would encourage everybody to find somebody they trust as a copy editor, because it is very hard to get it completely right yourself. I think it's a real shame that the industry is moving away from copy editors. Pointer's actually doing a session on writing without copy editors, which I think is just a shame. And we can talk about that some, I'm sure, in class. I'm looking forward to meeting all of you, and see you in class.